name, man? You look familiar to me. Oh? Hello. Do I know you? No, but you remind me of somebody that I used to know. Oh, sorry. Let me introduce myself. My name's Katamet Jr. My friends call me Kat. That's with a K, of course. Good morning, grandkids. Today, September 18th, we start a new Skyrim series to celebrate the anniversary date of 3 things. My first recording, my first series, my first video of Katamet. I thought nothing could be more appropriate than to start a new series about the son of Katamet. He's a troubled young man who's struggling to find his way in life. He's been in and out of trouble. Right now, his main problem is sitting in taverns every night drinking too much mead and skooma from time to time. But let's follow him in his life's journey and see what becomes of Katamet Jr. or Kat. Let's let him tell us about his background up to this point. So, it's Katamet Jr., really? So, if I may ask, what really did happen to Katamet those many years ago? Many of us thought that troll had killed him on that mountainside. Well, the troll wasn't the worst of it. Hitting all those rocks on the way down added to it. He was badly mangled and damaged. The result was that he was left partially paralyzed. From the stories I was told, some hunters traveling down off the mountain found him. They got help from the nearest farm, brought back a cart, got him into it. One of the hunters knew him slightly, so they took him home to Mom, or Lydia. So when did you come along, Katamet Jr.? Kat, you want me to call you Kat? Yeah, my friends call me Kat. Oh, Mom was already with child, me, when Dad left. If she had only told him, he wouldn't have left. Anyway, Mom still had their little business. She ran that, took care of Dad, gave birth to me, about ran out of money, and basically just wore herself out. She was always tired and rather sickly after that. It must have been a hard, sad life, Kat. Well, it wasn't the happiest childhood for me. As I grew out of my toddler years, I used to sit with Dad a lot. It was my earliest ways of trying to help Mom out. I loved sitting on the floor near his chair in front of the fire, or propped up beside him in the bed, just listening to him. Sometimes he'd read stories to me. Sometimes he'd tell me places he'd been, things he'd discovered, and bandits he had fought. I would lay in bed at night and imagine that I was on adventures with my dad and his friends. Some of the best memories that I had were when he'd be teaching me some of the magic and spell casting that he had learned along the way. I can still pull off a couple of things he showed me. So, Kat, what finally happened with your parents? Well, Most of the weapons, armor, all the stuff Dad had left was sold. I'd find myself out on the streets trying to scavenge every little bit of anything that I could take home to Mom to sell. About that time, I may have been about 8. My dad got some kind of lung disease or something and passed away. As I get closer to my teenage years, I became more of a scavenger, and eventually, turned out to be outright thievery. I was caught a few times, spent a couple of nights and locked up. By the time I did hit my teens, I had started drinking. Of course, Mom wasn't happy about that. Let's take a little bit of a walk. That's better. So, I had gotten into thieving and drinking too much. She wasn't too happy about all these earrings I wear either, this long hair hanging down my back. But, this is a different age than when Mom and Dad were doing their thing. I like it anyway. Well, by the time I was about 17, Mom passed away. I was never exactly sure of what. Maybe she just got tired and too tired to live. So what happened to you after Katamet and Lydia were both gone? Well, I had the house, but I eventually had to sell that. Mom had insisted that I tried to learn a trade. She wanted me to be a smithy. I tried for her sake, and I still know enough about it to be useful. But nah, that's not for me. Too much hard work. Too hot. Sparks flying. I got some bad burns. Then I tried my hand at bartending. Let me tell you, that didn't help my own drinking any. I even set up a stall in the market once and sold meat and pelts and stuff from hunting. But that was too stinky, too many flies. I sure wasn't happy there. So, what have you been doing since then? Since then, I've just been wandering, not knowing where I'm going or where I want to go. Tell me, Kat, in the deepest recesses of your mind, what would you like to do if you could? The most enjoyment that I remember was with my dad playing with magic and learning spells. That's what was always the most fun for me. It'd be cool, I've often thought, to go to the college someday. They'd probably never let me in the door. Where's my man? Oh, if you remember my dad, do you remember Carjo? I ran into him one day as his caravan was setting up outside of Riften. Boy, he was really surprised when he saw me. He decided to sort of take me under his wing for his old friend's sake, and we've really become friends. I'm happy he wanted to hang with me. He laughed at all my earrings and long hair, but hey, different times, different folks. So, my friend, what shall we get up to today? Well, grandkids, this is going to be it for this introduction video to our new series. It's short and sweet. Katamet Jr. or Cat to his friends. We'll have adventures to go on, things to prove to himself, and a struggle with a drinking problem right now. We shall see next what Katamet and Carjo decide to do. Goodbye, grandkids. I hope that you and I both will enjoy this new series. Bye-bye.